So the next third down for the Dolphins is in the Patriots red zone. As you can see, the ball is on the 3-yard line, so let's get into it and see what we do. So in terms of formation, we're in spread right bunch. So as you can see, we spread because we've got 4 receivers out. Bunch, the receivers are lined up close to each other, and right because the running back is on the right hand side of the formation. Just something to note, as you can see, Bowden is lined up in the backfield, and Laird is a receiver. In terms of routes, working from the bottom of the screen, the left, so we've got Hollands on the outside running the 5 and out. Ford is also running an outbreaking route, but at 8 to 9 yards. Bowden is running the flat. Now Shaheen is running in route, but the way it's run, it looks like it's designed to stop a flat defending getting out to Bowden, and Laird is running the shallow cross. So what are defence doing to cover it? So it's cover 1 across the board. The difference is that they, with the spare defenders, they're going to double cover 2 receivers. So I've marked those 2 receivers in purple. So they're number 2 and number 5. So we've got Laird and Ford. So let's have a look to see how that works out in film. Okay, so we're looking at the wide coaches film. Let's just start off with the bad part of this. Tua throws a pick, so let's just watch him throw the pick. Right now, this is the defender who's responsible for Bowden, because Bowden's running the flat, so therefore that's the flat defender. As it is, Bowden looks open. This defender's navigated this traffic, and it's just, a bad throw for whatever reason. But let's go back to the scheme. So we're going to look at 2 things. Sorry for the blur. I have no reason why it does that. First of all, when it clears up, right now, this is the Shaheen. Shaheen is going to, what we call, I believe, try to sell that out and come back on an in route. But I believe that he's going to try and create a natural rub or pick that this defender have to navigate and give Bowden a little bit more time to get open. So right there, he's shown out, turned the defender. So he's sort of tried to create a pile. He hasn't held it for long enough, or taking the defender to where he needs to go, therefore allowing the flat defender to close the space to Bowden. It's an interception, we know that. The other thing I want to look at is Laird's route very, very quickly. This is Laird right here, so again, apologies for the blurred. But as he wants to shallow cross, right now, there he goes. This defender's trailing him. The spare defender recognises Laird as the biggest threat, closes the space. But right now, Tua could throw the ball to Laird and Laird could fall into the end zone. I believe that, scheme-wise, if it had been run better by Shaheen and Tua hadn't had to scramble, it might have been a touchdown. And this week it came out that Tua didn't like to change the plays. I also believe he needs to get better at reading the offense, or the defense, sorry. But let's now go on to have a look at the offensive line to see why Tua had to scramble. So we know Tua scrambles and throws an interception, but why does he scramble? First of all, he scrambles because both our tackles get beat and force him to step up into the pocket. Interior-wise, we do a good job picking up the twist. Kindley does a really good job of handing the twist off and then working back to block the defensive end, number 91. So there's some good and there's some bad, so let's have a look at the film. So where do we have our biggest problem here? What causes Tua to scramble, as we mentioned? Right now, our right tackle gets beat. The defender takes him to the outside and cuts back in. We also get pressure on the left, but let's look at the right to start off with. Okay, so we're going to get kicks back. Let's get some depth. Now he turns. Now he's reaching. Now this allows the defender, and the defender's inside his pad. So this isn't great technique. Then he gets driven back because the defender's got underneath leverage on him, so it allows him to drive back. And Tua does well to get the ball out, but unfortunately it's a bad read. So on the back side, our left tackle Jackson also gets beat. This is an edge rusher who's got a bit of width. So Jackson does really well, gets back quick, works for depth, engages. He's got a little bit of lean there and lunges, doesn't engage his feet. Kindley saves him. But at the corner of his eye, Tua's going to save that. Not save it. But let's have a look at what we do well here. I appreciate we threw an interception, but we do some things well. First of all, and this is the biggest praise, I want to look at Kindley. All right, Kindley's going to, as we get twist, Kindley's going to push that linebacker off. Now he knows his responsibility. He's gone. So now he's going to work back. Jackson's got beat. Here comes Kindley. Bang, saves the day. Defender on his back. Good play. All right, the other side of things here. This one tech is going to try and take these two defenders and get them to turn. Pressure's downhill. Davis pushes him off, creates a pile. Really good job to push him. Comes back to pick 90 up. Now, if we had better pass protection there, Tua could have just stepped up and thrown the ball to Laird, but sometimes defense win. It's just unfortunate that they won with pressure on Tua and they got a sack. It is what it is. So let's go and look at the next third down. Once again, I forgot the grades. I hope so. I hope you're still with me. Nothing. I've been pretty clear about why people have got negative grades in the film breakdown again, but I just want to highlight the play of Kindley, involved in 2 separate blocks. Looks good. I think it's going to be an upgrade over Jackson for us for next year, but really this time let's go to the next third down.